think so, yeah.
Diane wasn't muted. Okay.
Well, no, you were asking about who our fourth subscriber is.
Uh-huh.
Like, I always send it out to Twitter.
Mhm.
I have random people following me, and I constantly every week get a thing of so-and-so has retweeted. And I'm like, thanks, random cam girl.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Three Assholes and a Cat. I am Dom. With me, as always, is Diane.
Hello.
And also Jason.
Woo.
And we have a wonderful jam-packed show for you that we've already done.
Giggity.
The Pactiest.
The Pactiest.
Is that a thing?
It can be. Can you try talking in your mic again? I can't really.
Absolutely.
Okay.
How's
Okay.
that?
You were just not talking into your mic. Is
I
what
was
that
not.
was.
I also had terrible posture, so I decided
Right.
to fix that.
So, I don't want to go into a big thing, but you need to talk into your mic, not over your mic.
Hello?
That's so much better.
Into the mic.
Right.
Hi.
Right. So when you're up here, that's not the mic. This is the mic.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Are we doing? Yeah. This
Yeah.
right now.
Now we're doing this. Okay.
Okay. There
Anyway,
we go.
title of tonight's show is called Taking Red Pills.
Yes.
And there is a whole deal,
Whole deal.
a whole huge deal. Basically, we are going to be talking about men's rights,
Yes.
how women are
The worst.
the worst,
Literally the worst.
literally the worst, and men should recognize that and
Do things?
do things about it. Anyway, so that's our show for tonight. It's going to be absolutely huge. And the reason that we know that this show is going to be so great is that we've already done it
Yes.
because we fucked up the audio.
Basically.
And by we, I mean literally we.
Oh, is this the royal we?
Okay, me. I fucked up the audio. I don't know what I'm doing with this thing.
No, that's fine.
But anyway, we are going to get right into it. So,
Twitter away.
the red pill.
Actually, isn't this episode 6?
No, this is still episode 5.
I thought 2 weeks ago.
I thought this was 4.
Because 2 weeks ago was 5, but actually it's not. That became 4, and now this is 5.
Correct.
Okay.
Didn't we delete 4 though?
No, 4 was Katie.
4 was this one. 3 was Katie.
Was 3 Katie?
1 was us. 2 was your brother. 3 was
Yeah, I
Katie.
think that's what it is. Right.
4 was the fucked up one.
Right.
5 is the demon one.
Right.
This should be 6, but you deleted 4 because it's the fucked up one. So 5 became 4,
Right.
and 6 became 5.
Counting is not a thing.
Wait, what?
Alternate counting.
Yes. Yes, it's alternate counting. Absolutely.
Alternative counting.
Alternative counting. By the way, I heard
Fake
the greatest
counting.
thing today.
Fake
the
counting.
The salt right. I think that's hilarious.
Salt rate?
Yes.
Tell me
Not
more.
touching that.
The salt right. Anyway, I think that's hilarious. I think that's very funny. If you don't think that's funny, you probably shouldn't be watching the show.
Basically.
Oh, wow. Am I peeking?
Yeah.
Ew, pig.
It is a tidbit.
Sorry
nipply.
about that.
Mm.
I told you I don't know what I'm doing. So, but I'm learning. I'm learning one step at a time. So the red pill
The red pill.
is practically Diane's favorite hobby, or like top 3 at the least.
It's definitely up there. It's
Right.
absolutely fascinating.
Okay, so
Do you have-
Diane,
do you have any painter's tape? I know that's the most random thing to fucking ask.
I don't know.
Why are we asking
Why?
about painter's tape?
What do you
cover
think?
up, I was going to cover up the branding on the can.
Oh, I don't care if you have the branding. Who cares?
Monster.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
I want to make sure we're not going to get in trouble or
No,
some
we
shit.
wouldn't get in trouble. They're just like, hey, free advertising to the 2 people that watch you, which are 2 of the people that are actually on the show.
So
like
Diane's mom
Diane's mom.
Hi, Mom.
and...
Hi, Diane's mom. And Frankie later? I
No,
don't
your
know.
friend in Dallas.
And your
Yes.
friend in Dallas.
Your friend in
There we
Dallas.
go, my
Yes,
friend in
your
Dallas.
your Delesian friend? Delesian?
Delusion. I think that's what we call it now.
Would it be would they be Delesians or Delisians?
Delonians.
On a completely unrelated note, I just came to a stunning realization. Why am I sitting here where it's way more awkward to turn and look at the 2 of y'all instead of sitting at that end of the table?
Because we have a limited field of view of the camera. When we get the other camera hooked up, you can do that.
Or,
That's why.
a fancy studio.
Yeah. Well,
in
Yeah.
glorious Las Vegas.
in glorious Las Vegas.
So
oh God,
we
I would love to
basically-
say that.
basically
in
we-
glorious Las Vegas.
Would
It's
we
3
do-
assholes and a
Okay,
cat.
it's a little arid out there for me. And I
Oh.
like greenery.
Oh, the other news, we started our Discord channel today.
Yes.
Because Dom found the button that said start a new server.
Oh my God.
First.
And
all
Jason
I
was the
gotta
first one to
say.
comment on the General Assholes channel.
Yes.
And then there's the Real Assholes channel, which only we can talk on.
Basically.
And everyone can see what we say, though.
Sure, you can
So just
follow our weird conversations
remember that,
if you
but
feel like it.
No one else can talk
No one.
on there.
Rude.
And it's all not safe for work, so they all start with on NSFW because, I mean, you know.
Please be careful.
Right. And I posted a picture of a very asshole parrot doing a very asshole thing.
Which is just 100% what parrots do on a regular
Right.
basis.
And we are actually planning our first series, which is Famous Assholes in History.
Yes. Big things.
Coming soon. We're not sure when, but that'll be coming very soon. We're going to talk about very famous assholes in history.
Can't wait till we get to JJ.
Woo!
J.J. Abrams?
Yes. No, James Joyce.
Oh, James Joyce. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm really excited about Frank Lloyd Wright.
That
so.
rootin' tootin' motherfucker.
I have a good handful ready.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, we're going to
FYI.
have a whole thing. Anyway,
Regardless.
but tonight's topic,
Yes.
Diane, is the red pill.
Yes.
So we're going
So-
into the Matrix.
We're going into the Matrix.
Out
but,
of the Matrix.
but before we do that, before we take our red pill,
Right.
let's talk a little bit about the red pill community.
Exactly.
The red pill community exists on Reddit.
And it's full of Matrix LARPers, right?
So,
I know.
well, we're going to get into the whole red pill versus blue pill thing in a little bit, but Reddit is an aggregator site. So you can go on, you post news stories, you post pictures, you post videos, GIFs, that sort of thing.
It's not
GIFs, I know.
It's not an aggregator word.
It kind of is. It kind of isn't. It depends. See, what can happen with Reddit is Reddit can be segregated into subreddits.
Right.
So there's a subreddit like videos. Now, the subreddit of politics is a news aggregator. They only allow news stories about United States politics. So that is literally a news aggregator.
See, I've always equated an aggregator site to a site that doesn't produce its own content. Instead, it goes out and pulls content from other places.
But that would literally be the politics site because no one can put their own text posts up.
That was the word I was thinking of earlier is RSS feed. That's what you're thinking
That's not
about.
a word, though.
And phrase, okay, but that's what I was talking about in the G chat earlier.
Anyway, you're right. You're right because some
I want to be right for the third time today, damn it.
some
We
of
had
the
a second one at
subreddits,
Publix.
some of the subreddits do allow you to put your own text posts up.
Okay.
For instance, one I go to all the time, our NFL, allows people to write their own stuff.
Frankie,
I don't know. There's
I'm grossed out on her behalf.
there's
Gross.
probably
Getting weird.
there's probably millions of subreddits. I don't know that there's a count anywhere. If there are, I'd be very interested. But we do know that there's about 250 million Reddit users in total. So you're talking about a very, very popular website, one of the most popular websites on Earth.
Basically.
Within those subreddits are subreddits which are dedicated to things that are maybe not as popular
Sure.
as some things, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers board that I go to all
Ugh.
the time.
Lame.
Okay.
I don't like sports and go Bucks.
Yes. And the New York Mets have their own subreddit.
Right.
Okay, for instance. All right. Okay. There are also subreddits for things like HeroClix, Star Trek, Pokemon Go, Star Wars. I mean,
Also
anything-
very
lot of
general
the
things like books and news.
sure,
and
absolutely,
funny and
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then there are subreddits of subreddits. For instance, there's a Star Wars subreddit called "The Empire Did Nothing Wrong,"
Well, it didn't.
where a whole bunch of
Excellent
people
subreddit.
get on there and they quasi role play that they're actually citizens of the Empire.
Right.
And for instance, I saw a post recently that was like, some of our glorious guards arresting a citizen, and it was a little 6-year-old girl at Disney who was dressed up like Ray, and 2 stormtroopers arrested her.
Nice.
So
The
right,
most precious thing
right.
in
It's
the world.
extremely adorable. So that's the great thing about Reddit is that you've got all of these different communities. Unfortunately, because you've got so much freedom of community, there are people who will join together for negative reasons.
Yes.
Now, some of those subreddits in the past have been banned. For instance, Fat People Hate
Fat people hate. Yep.
was banned. Jailbait, which was pictures of girls who are, I don't know, 12 to 15 or something like that,
Right.
isn't that?
I believe Coontown was a part of that.
Right, Coontown, which was making fun of black people
Yep.
and Hispanics.
Yep.
Okay. That was before I used Reddit, so I never checked that one out. The internet.
It's beautiful.
There are subreddits dedicated to the alt-right, subreddits dedicated to American fascism.
Yep.
And in a way, it's a beautiful celebration of the First Amendment.
Very much so.
And in other ways, it can be very damaging, which I believe the red pill can be very damaging. Yes, you were going to say
So
something.
you say it's a celebration of the First Amendment,
It
except
is.
for this would be on the internet, so it's worldwide. So
Okay, so it's the celebration of the
Well-
fact that people should be able to say whatever they want to say.
Well, I was going to say, so beyond just the celebration of the First Amendment, which would only be a very American thing.
Sure. America
America
first, man.
centrist.
America first, hey.
As I say, but it's more of a sounding board for free speech.
Okay.
Free speech, okay, sure. However you want to put it. Absolutely.
No, I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
I'm
No,
feeling-
I accept
I'm
your
feeling
correction.
contrary today.
That's
That's
I've
why we have you on here.
I
Mary,
noticed.
Mary.
Noticed
Quite
that earlier.
contrary.
But part of it is
Okay.
I'm tired as fuck.
Hey,
So-
you found it.
yeah, welcome to the I'm so glad we're about to have a 3-day weekend. Okay, so the red pill.
Yes.
The red pill is a celebration, as I said, of men's rights.
Yes.
Diane, would you please explain to us in 2,000 words or less
I'll need about 4,000.
the red
Continue.
pill?
So, the red pill is a coming together of. I'd like to say this as scientifically as possible, but there definitely will be a lot of opinion thrown out.
Okay.
So, the red pill is a place for men who feel slightly embittered towards the female sex.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think it's there for self-improvement. However, there is quite the attitude towards women, etc. I've actually got the red pill pulled up right now on my phone. I'd like to read from there what the red pill calls themselves. So
Yes, please. I love readings from the red pill.
While she's pulling that up,
Yes.
I found the site I was looking for.
Okay.
What's the site you
Go
were
ahead.
looking for?
It is information on Reddit.
Mm.
Hey,
So,
let's hear some stats.
so as of 4/20/2017,
Hey.
there was, I'm assuming they round this, 250 million Reddit users
Right,
Yep.
right.
across 853,824 subreddits.
Okay, so almost a million.
Almost
Of
a
which,
million.
also on the same day, there was 50,000 communities.
Wow.
Okay.
Number of countries with Reddit users, 217.
Hey.
Wow. Wow.
I think even North Korea has a Reddit. No,
I'm sure they do. I'm sure there are.
Kim Jong-un is
yeah.
fucking on there.
Yeah.
So let's
Well,
go
not
back to the red
Fucking
pill.
on there.
He
The-
might be.
The red
Really?
pill self-describes on their sidebar.
Uh-huh.
The red pill, discussion of sexual strategy in a culture increasingly lacking a positive identity for men.
So I want to stop you right there before we continue.
Yes,
Because this is something that I noticed that we've talked about several times
Yes.
about the red pill.
exactly.
Red pillars fundamentally see their subreddit as a place for self-improvement.
Yes, very much so.
Like
They-
that lovely thing you linked us the other day.
Absolutely.
Well, there was one discussion the other day about oral health
yes.
and how you need strategies for oral health and how to take care of your teeth and
Okay.
yeah. right. Like
There's
you know, so
a fantastic post about posture, which is actually why I'm trying to like backstreet on this
oh,
one.
absolutely no.
Yeah.
Good posture is important. I
Exactly.
should probably live.
Oh, we forgot our old
You know, I
man
should do that.
pillows.
I did.
Oh, we
forget
did.
The
We
old
forgot
man
our old-
pillows.
We're sitting on very hard, uncomfortable
Guys, you
chairs
need to
right
get
now,
like
so.
me, like squats and pizza. Like your ass will be fine.
Okay, I
There's
will
a
do it in that
reason-
order.
There's a reason about the hour mark. Dom's like, let's wrap this shit up.
yeah.
Old man bones,
Uh,
right?
Anyway, okay, so go on about the red pill.
Anyways, the red pill I'd like to think at its heart is definitely a self-improvement sub. These are guys who have felt used, have
Mhm.
felt shame, anger, etc., and are trying to take that negative energy into creating something good for themselves.
Okay.
There is this drive to be alpha. There is this drive to be the best man you can
Alpha.
be. There's a lot of great
Rita has escaped.
psychological information about building self-confidence, and then you remember that it all has to do with banging as many pussies as possible.
You know, someone commenting about the red pill on Reddit the other day said, in software world, alpha is the worst thing because that means that it's incomplete.
All right.
It means that it has features that we know are broken.
Right.
Lots of bugs. Like, alpha's not the thing you want to be compared to, but these guys see alpha as, you know, the creme de la creme. My favorite person is
Yes.
alpha. And
Right.
my favorite person, this is someone that they invented, I didn't invent this,
No.
is Chad Thundercock.
Right. And there is the embitterment again because of the sexual strategy.
Right, which is weird because they use the name Chad Thundercock, but that's a disparaging name.
Exactly.
So they actually, like, the person that they celebrate the most is inferred in a way that is disparaging.
Be like Chad Thundercock, but be self-actualized and be realized about that self. Does that? Yeah, just came out of my mouth.
But
Yes.
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get
Exactly.
there. We're gonna understand that tonight.
Very much so.
Keep going.
Okay, so one thing I love about the Red Pill 2 is it is definitely built and set up in very specific. It's very analytical, and it looks like it's built by a ton of engineers.
Right.
Everything is compartmentalized.
Yes.
Everything has a label.
And
There is a lot of hierarchy itself. They
Right.
even tag certain contributors
Mhm.
that are not even moderators to the sub. They tag the moderators, they tag the contributors,
Right.
they have
There's-
nicknames for everybody, they eat each other alive half
and
the
there's
time.
this systematic planning. It's
Yes.
almost as if a bunch of people got together. It's not almost as if. It's a bunch of people got together, got a spreadsheet, and said, what are the attractive qualities, and how do I obtain them?
Exactly.
And what do I do with them? But then the psychology part happens when they start saying, why are women attracted to only these things?
Exactly. It's a very interesting mix of trying to put the quantitative on the qualitative, and I'll make it sound fancy. What I'd like to do right now is read through some of the flares that they offer to just show you guys like the crazy amount of like how specific these posts are, and everything's supposed to be tagged or flared. So you have your red pill theory,
Mm-hmm.
you have your red pill example,
Yes.
you have your opposite, the blue pill example,
Right.
you have your men's rights,
Right.
you have your field report, which I love, which is
Mhm.
somebody going out and sharing their experience of their red pill example.
Okay, now we're going to stop right here.
Sure,
And Jason, I want you to explain this to us.
please.
Explain to us the difference between the blue pill and the red pill.
Yes. From the initial, from where
Right.
it began.
From where it came from and what it means.
You're the OED right now.
Right.
What's the first instance of the red pill, blue pill?
Well, in popular media, it's the Matrix.
Right, it comes
There
from the
we go.
Matrix, right?
And the idea is that post-apocalyptic Earth, machines enslaved humanity, turned us into batteries. That's its own fucking show.
Yeah.
But there are some free humans that dive into the Matrix to save people.
Right.
And to do that, you take a pill. What-
Within the Matrix, within the simulation.
Within the Matrix.
Right.
They've produced a tracing program that if you ingest it, and they turned it into a pill, if you ingest it, it'll basically put a location tag on you, and then they can, in real life, go find you and extract you from the Matrix.
Right.
The blue pill gives you amnesia. You forget that you ever met the people trying to rescue you. You wake up the next day, and you go about your life.
Right. And here's something else about the Matrix that I think they're forgetting. It's always 1999.
Yes.
An excellent year to party, by the way.
Absolutely. But it is always 1999.
Well, and part of that is because the Matrix is the perfect encapsulation
Right.
of the 90s.
And so what they're saying is
Very much
Actually, 89.
Right,
somewhere
right.
in there.
Onward.
so
I mean, come on, The Cure.
when what they're saying is if you come to our subreddit and you get our information, we're going to wake you up from the simulation you've been asleep in, and we're going to show you the real world and what women are really like and how to get them. And we're going to get into more of the getting them stuff. But
yeah.
I want you to keep going with your
So
explanation.
some of the others include rant venting. There are also tags for the long-term relationship
Mhm.
questions and examples,
Right.
and then what's called married red pill. But there's also fitness, science, finance, things
Sure.
like that.
Sure.
Now, I do also want to mention, because Jason brought up the communities,
Right.
separate from subreddits. The red pill community is actually also very compartmentalized. You have the red pill itself, red pill women, which is for not folks like me, honestly. Ask the red pill, which is where you are supposed to go if you have a question. Not posting on the red pill your question. You go to ask the red
Right.
pill.
And you can be banned from the community if you ask questions.
Exactly.
Yes.
Unless they are on Ask the Red Pill.
Right.
There's red pill parenting. That one's very interesting sometimes. Thank
God.
the red pill.
We
Thank-
need an entire series of shows.
Thank the red pill.
Yeah,
There's
so
also
literally to raise your daughter.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
but
or son
but-
or son.
or son.
There's
Anyway.
also Become a Man, and then a couple other red pill.
Become a man.
Become a Man. I actually haven't visited that one. Now I'm curious.
Right. We're gonna have to do more shows on this.
I
but keep
really
going.
want to
Pretty
start singing the
much.
song from Mulan.
I know.
I know, right?
Which one?
I'll make a man
Also-
Oh, yeah,
out
yeah,
of you.
Yeah.
Also, there's like this whole community off of the subreddit too. They
Great,
call
I
it the
have that song stuck in my
Manosphere.
head.
We have we
The
have
what?
Go, let it
the
go.
No,
Manosphere.
fuck off. Oh,
The Manosphere.
I heard the banana sphere, and I was like,
Potassium.
No.
well, or they're talking about wangs.
A
Mm.
delicious
Crunchy.
fruit. Anyways, so the Manosphere, there's links to blogs, there's links to RSS feeds,
Right.
there's references. I mean,
Oh, just what I want, a collection of dipshit bullshit delivered to my desktop every day.
Absolutely.
what I absolutely loved
get
when I
enough of that,
stumbled on the
unfortunately.
red pill, the entire like this community is not that old, but it is old. It's not.
It's only like 2 years old, right?
No, it's older
No,
than that.
it's older than that.
Oh, is
We're
it?
gonna get into that in a few minutes.
About 5 or 6, which
Oh.
which doesn't seem old, but in internet time it is.
Oh, it's
and
forever.
so
Oh, sure.
it's incredibly detailed, compartmentalized.
Right.
It's
It's
fascinating.
venerable at this point.
It's fascinating to me the amount of energy and time people spend on this. To me, a concept that is
Well, it's not, because we have glossed over the ultimate reason behind red pill.
yes, true.
You are doing all of this. You are learning all of this. You are becoming all of this for one reason:
Pussy, pussy,
to have
pussy.
sex with multiple women,
Multiple hot women.
multiple attractive women, at not at the same time like a threesome, although that's
This-
part of it.
That is part of the thing on
But it is for spinning plates. And Diane, please,
Spinning
could you
plates.
explain to us spinning
Oh,
plates?
I forgot about this.
So one thing also I love about the red pill is just all the terms and concepts. So
Sure.
let's back this
They
up.
need a fucking glossary.
I know. Well,
They probably have one. Oh,
do they?
They do. Believe me.
Oh.
P.S. They even noted last time the glossary was updated, which was 2015. So, so a plate is a woman you are not in a long-term relationship with.
Right.
She is a woman you are banging and
Mhm.
getting shit out of, like blowjobs and fun and blah
Right.
blah blah.
Right. And pressing your friends, hey, look at this hot chick I'm
Yeah,
having
exactly.
sex with. Right.
Exactly. The point of spinning the plates, spinning a plate refers to having multiple chicks that you screw on the regular,
Right.
right?
Who do not know that you're about
who
each
do
other.
not necessarily know about each other.
Or if they do, they don't care.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. There was another point I was going to bring up. I forgot about it.
All right. Well, I know the next point that we need to go into.
Yes, obviously.
We need to now discuss, according to the red pillars,
According to the red pillars,
Uh,
yes, please.
what women are.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm so
Okay.
lost in this community.
So-
like, you're going to have to describe it to
So
me.
here's the best way that I can describe it is what another Redditor said about it.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. He said, when you treat all women like they're vapid, emotionless 19-year-olds,
Yes.
because all you're trying to have sex with is vapid, emotional 19-year-olds, then you will believe that all women are vapid, emotionless 19-year-olds.
Indeed. Indeed.
So what they have done is they've said all women want is money
Yep.
and a good-looking guy who
Yep.
will control them,
Yep.
who will be emotionless, not emotionless, but emotionally detached.
Yes. The detachment.
Right. And overbearing. Now, what I want to get into real quick before we continue with the comments that you have
Absolutely.
is my first experience with the red pill.
Yes.
Okay. So years ago, 5-6 years ago, no, it was about 4.5 years ago, I had a bad breakup, really, really bad breakup. And a friend of mine that I worked with, it was also my roommate actually, pulled me aside one day and said, what is wrong with you? Like, what's going on? And I was like, yeah, this girl, she cheated, blah, 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 blah. She cheated on me multiple times, and I kept taking her back, and it just really fucked me up. And he said, well, you got to snap out of it. Like, you're not even you anymore. You just walk around in like a daze. You don't talk. You aren't Dom. Like, you aren't the guy now. So you need to snap out of it. So I started working on myself, like emotionally and psychologically, taking personality tests and, just trying to rebuild my ego. My confidence was shot. I fully admit, she shattered my self-confidence.
Right.
So I did that for a couple of months, and then I was ready to start dating again. So I was looking for dating advice sites, like where to take a woman on a first date, that sort of thing. And one of the results that came up was pickup artist. And so I started reading this, and it was jarring, is the only way that I can say it. The entire theory here was, in order to get a woman's attention on you, you should treat her negatively. And the more beautiful she is, the more negatively you treat her. Now, it wasn't saying to be abusive. You weren't supposed to call her a stupid bitch or something like that. But you conversated with her in a negative way. For instance, when you first met her, you did not ask her how tall she was. You asked her how short she was.
Exactly.
If if you had seen her before and you noticed that she'd changed the color of her hair, you wouldn't say, "Wow, your hair looks nice." You would say, "So why did you choose that color?"
Mm-hmm.
So, what was the other good? Oh, the other good one. If she's wearing all gold jewelry, you say, where did you get that ring? And she'd say, "Oh, it was my grandmother's engagement ring." You'd say, "Oh, okay, I just like platinum more." Where again, you're not insulting her, but by treating her negatively, this was this person's theory, you would stick in her head, and she would remember you and confuse that for being attracted to you. Because this guy said, "You look great, you smell great," so she's already going to find you physically attractive. So if you use what he called negging on her, you could neg her into wanting you. And that was his whole theory, is that you would neg him into wanting you. And what we found out recently is that the creator of the pickup artist was co-founder of the Red Pill. So his theory began with this whole negging thing, that again, you're not being abusive to the woman. I think that's psychological abuse, but he was not necessarily saying be psychologically abusive. He was saying use backward compliments, be emotionally detached. In other words, if she said, your goal was always to get a woman to say that she loved you first.
Right.
And when she said that she loved you, what you were supposed to say is that really a smart thing to do?
Yeah.
To get that reaction.
Yep.
That's the exact was to go, well, what does that mean? Like, should I not be in love with you?
Right.
But I am in love with you.
Right.
Right. It's about careful emotional manipulation.
This is actually great because I was hoping to bring up this particular post I found from 6 hours
Please
ago.
do.
How did this not end in more stabbing?
So 6 hours ago, I found an excellent post that provides so many examples of what I love about the Red Pill, right?
Was it excellent?
For real. This is actually from a first-time poster on the Red Pill, and he tagged it as Red Pill Theory. And it opens with, "Never open with just a compliment." So
Right.
it is him essentially talking about his first nagging experience, and he does immediately give pretty much the examples you did.
Dear
drops
diary.
the
Today I lost
HB6, HB9
my nagging virginity.
thing.
My negging virginity?
My negging virginity.
Brings up all the points, blah blah blah. In
It's a
particular,
long fucking post.
it is a long fucking.
Oh,
post.
they all are. They're all manifestos.
No, like I've looked at a couple.
Let me.
This one
So-
seems
Hold
like.
on. Let me
Okay.
bring up the top.
let me say something real quick.
Okay, sure.
Routinely on the red pill,
They're novels.
you will see
Oh, okay.
opening posts that go over the character limit, and then the first reply is the rest of the post.
And they are
Shoot me
formatted.
now.
I mean, it's
Right.
beautiful.
Bullet points and bolds.
So I was like,
and-
I see this motherfucker. There's paragraphs. There's actually proper paragraph breaks.
Yes.
so
So
go
I was
ahead,
just
Diane.
like, good Lord.
The first comment, which again is something I love about the Red Pill, is all the guys who eat each other alive. The first comment reads, "Terrible and drawn out advice. He could have just said, 'Hey guys, you like nagging,' and you would have had the same effect. Period. Thank you." So
Right.
yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, there's not a lot of upvotes and
No.
compliments on the red pill.
At
Because
all.
Gee, I wonder why.
Well,
Yeah.
but here's one of the major reasons why I believe.
Yeah.
All men are your competition.
That's
And
exactly
you
what I
should
was
want
going
to
to
be.
bring up.
You should want to be every other man's Chad Thundercock.
Exactly.
And every time I show you up, I'm your Chad Thundercock, and you want to
Very
be
much
me.
so. Very much so.
Or
And-
just don't give.
Well,
I know, not. I
I'm-
know.
Yeah.
It's like, or just don't give a flying fuck.
Right. There's also, you know, sometimes we all get shit wrong. Like it just happens.
I've
Welcome
known
to
those.
life.
I've known those people before. I fucked 12 bitches last week.
Hey,
Okay.
somebody
Here's the
on the
phone
red
number
pill.
for the public clinic.
Right.
Somebody on the red pill posted a meta post that says, "I made you a red pill cheat sheet about 2 hours ago." This is exactly what it looks like. Look, the bullet points, the bold, the lines, the italices, and I'm continuing to scroll, and I am still
Is that 13 replies and it's still the same fucking thing?
and there are the 8 comments.
I would like to point out, I have seen dissertations
Yeah.
that look less
Everything.
look
that's-
less
That's
professional
what
than that.
also I like the incredible amount of time that is spent on
Well, of
these
course,
ideas
if
and
you're one of these people, you
brain
have to apparently
power.
be anal retentive as shit.
it's fucking
So,
fascinating.
so what I want to get into.
You didn't double space after that sentence. Burn
Honestly,
in hell.
Honestly, there is a lot of that
Oh yeah,
too.
there's a lot of grammatical corrections.
There is a
and-
lot of like people who literally just go on these posts that especially the newbies create, which is why they have the endorse tag. Like, don't fuck with the endorse tag,
So
where they're talking about the formatting, etc.
what
So.
I want to get into, because we're getting we're
Your
getting
butt's
to our
getting
buffer
sore.
on time, as my butt will tell you.
There we go.
What originally inspired us to talk about this this topic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it came out in late April
Yes.
that what is his name? I'm so sorry. Robert Fisher, a Republican who represents New Hampshire's Belknap County District 9.
We apologize, New Hampshire, if we pronounced that
Yes,
incorrectly.
absolutely. Was the creator of the Red Pill. And now New Hampshire legislators are very different. They're only voted in for like 2 years, and they get paid $100 salary for both years, and
Yeah.
there's hundreds of them. I mean, it's not like most state legislatures.
Right.
And he has resigned. He did resign last week or the week before from the New Hampshire legislature because of the controversy over this, and said that he will continue to stand up for, quote, men's rights,
Yes.
and that men's rights are important to protect
Yes.
for some reason, because, you know, there's not enough men in power. I don't know.
And this is where my sick fascination sometimes ends up turning into fear because of comments he has made online.
Oh,
and
sure.
You know, the blur, especially with people our age who have used the internet for years and years and years and years, you know, what is really in real life and what is really on the internet, and where is that line? But please continue.
Oh, that's about all I really wanted to say.
Okay, well.
Yeah, Fisher is the one. What originally inspired us was this story about Fisher coming out.
Sure,
And he was the,
exactly.
and actually, that actually reminded me of something. I need to do something real quick. Hey, Google, play the name game with Fisher.
You got it. Fisher, Fisher, Bo Bisher. Banana, Fana, Fo Isher. Fee, Fi, Mo, Misher. Fisher.
Thanks,
Okay,
Google.
Thanks, Google. All right, go ahead.
You just want to use her more.
I think we all do. She's a ton of fun.
She is.
Oh, we have to play trivia one night because I will kick
Well,
y'all's
we will.
asses.
We not tonight. Not tonight. We're
Obviously. Anyways,
pushing it.
I was kind of hoping you would read a few examples that are listed in the article. The article is fantastic.
Let me get my monitor over here.
You all should check out, what is it, the Mary Sue posted the article?
This is actually the Daily Beast.
The original article came from the Mary Sue.
Yes, which is what I was going to look for.
Hi.
But I don't actually have that. See if I can find it. Talk about something while I look for it.
Well, if we want to talk about some really creepy stuff, I found a
Other
link.
than what the dog's trying to do to you.
I know. I found a link of, I found some comments.
Okay, I found it. But
there
go
was
on.
there was a field report that came out on the Red Pill yesterday about a gentleman who moved to a new town and was picking up chicks on Tinder, and and did not have sex with them, even though he planned to, because of some comments that he had that the girls had made about false rape accusations, or like they wanted to be more rough than he was comfortable because he was worried about false rape accusations.
I need to make a quick correction.
Yes.
The Daily Beast was the original article.
The Daily Beast was the original
Yes.
article. Okay.
So, but the article that we're mainly going to be referencing is Vivian Keynes from the Mary
Right,
Sue.
the Mary
Vivian,
Sue.
great job.
Remember, children, cite your sources.
Yes.
Basically, this is why we do this,
Yes.
especially because Miss Kane did a wonderful job.
Yes, she did.
So, anyways, they were talking about how to prevent false rape accusations, which is a huge deal apparently in the red pill. But this is the line of comments that concerns me. The first
We'll
commenter.
circle back around to that.
Absolutely. The first commenter. That's why I place my iPhone down and record every interaction without them knowing. They scream rape. I show an hour-long vid of them riding me like there's no tomorrow. I'll make sure to bring the popcorn for the jury. Next comment. Doesn't that take up all the storage phone on your space, or the storage space on your phone?
I mean, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, how does he have
Comment. He probably puts it on the hard drive later. Recording just audio would work for this reason. Next one. iPhone face down yet somehow records video. Yeah, okay. Just the
Yeah, I
record
would-
the audio. The problem I'm having is that it takes a little while to get to the whole, what are the laws
Nope,
on
go away.
non-consensual filming?
Yeah.
That's more of the problem
So
I have.
my first two questions were, how the hell does he have that much memory on his phone?
You
Secondly-
put a 64 gig flash or SD
I
card
don't know
in
that would record
for an
entire-
hour.
And then it takes a little
Oh, no, that'd be
while.
close.
It takes a little while to get to the whole point of if evidence is illegally obtained, it is often inadmissible in
yeah, it
court.
wouldn't be admissible in court. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I could tell you it wouldn't because there's no one that's going to consent to having it. The only thing that you would be able to do is to recite. You would be able to sit down in front of a lawyer
Right.
and say, okay, this is what happens in the video, and then you could submit that in court.
Exactly.
You could submit that to the judge, but the judge doesn't have to accept it as evidence
And he could throw it out
Yeah.
because
because it
if
was
she-
illegally obtained.
Exactly.
Right.
And well, the thing was, there was a guy down my street who got. Anyways, continue. Where were we going?
No, continue that.
Oh yeah. A couple years back, actually, a guy down the street from me. We found out he was a registered sex offender later. Thank God I don't have kids.
Mhm.
But he was picking up chicks and essentially doing the same thing. The thing was, he was doing it on the whole I don't want them to come back and cry rape thing. But then he was also selling it on the internet. So,
I
There's
would
that.
say it's legally precarious to film somebody else having sex without their consent. That's legally precarious.
yeah.
I would say it's going to depend on your jurisdiction and lots of circumstances and stuff.
Obviously, like consult a lawyer.
But then selling it is 100%
Oh, yeah,
illegal
no,
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing I was going to touch on is one of the things that pisses me off nowadays. This isn't a rant. I'm not going to get all the way into it.
Sure.
I'll need to research it more first. But it's
Okay.
something we could talk
Absolutely.
about in another show.
Ooh, fantastic.
Is all of the false rape allegations
Mm-hmm.
from women
Mm-hmm.
against men,
Mm-hmm.
where it is literally just the woman regretted having sex with the guy the next day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That
Sure.
royally pisses me off.
Well,
And and I'm going to kind of tie it back into what we're talking about.
sure.
Because the thing is that most individuals, especially in a court of opinions,
Mhm.
Yeah.
will immediately believe the woman. Excuse me.
So
Let me switch that. Will immediately believe the victim.
yeah. So that's right. We're not getting into this right
Yeah,
now.
but
That's
that's
why
something-
there's a whole
There's-
thing about, you need to get guaranteed consent and you need to make sure that like both parties send text messages to each other,
Well,
stuff
and
like that.
that's the thing that's like, all right, look.
Although text messages wouldn't be admissible in court
Right.
either, but
That's the thing.
that's
is
why
mo-
people
is,
say stuff
is
like
most of the forms of consent that you can get are not admissible in
that. Right.
court.
The only thing that would be some sort of notarized letter.
And
I
at
am a notary.
Yeah.
I
but
do charge.
that point, having sex isn't fucking worth it.
Well, I mean, it depends on who I'm having sex with. I mean, if Mila Kunis was like, sign this consent form, I'd be like, okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do I need to initial it too,
But
or
but the thing
what
is,
format do you want the date in?
the thing is that we see more and more
Right.
in society.
Which is absolutely terrible for the actual victims.
Right.
And that's where I have the huge problem.
Right.
Is the folks who are victims of
Mhm.
rape and sexual assault and domestic violence. It's
Frankie?
understood a lot of times that this is a whole different show. In fact, I'd
Yeah.
prefer
Right.
let's
We'll circle back around to this.
Yeah,
one,
we'll circle
Absolutely.
back around.
But
Okay.
you touched on the recording thing. Now, I don't think you should record anybody without their knowledge.
You can't.
Absolutely.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
dependent upon laws within your area.
right. No, I definitely don't think that you should. But there are times, I guess, when it would be a good idea to protect yourself. But by then, you're in some sort of dangerous situation,
That's why I'm saying,
like
Hey,
physical abuse or
If
some
you're in
shit.
a situation where you think that you need to record every interaction so that you can avoid allegations of rape, it's probably not fucking worth it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
at that point, the sex better be really good.
That's what I'm saying. At that point, it's just not worth it.
Right? No, for sure.
Don't hook up with that chick off Backpage
For real.
or Craigslist or
Wait,
whatever the
let me
kids
write these websites down.
or whatever.
Back pay. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Eek.
don't do that.
Mofo.
Whatever kids
Are
are
we
using
in
these days.
Kansas?
Okay. Hello.
I
All
think
right.
it's called
I think
the
I was just turned up a little loud there.
Snapchat.
Huh?
No, that's
Sorry.
just sexting. That's not hookup.
Yeah.
is it?
No, that's different.
Whisper. It's Whisper. There you go.
Ah, there we
Whisper.
I,
Yes.
I don't fuck. I just found out about Whisper last week. It's fucking hilarious.
Dude, I've actually whispered a couple of times.
Ah,
go.
fuck. I gotta go
Ooh.
delete. No.
No, nothing salacious. Like, stuff about
Does
my
Whisper
dog.
randomly assign you your name?
Yes.
Because I have the weirdest goddamn
Yes.
name.
it
Let's not talk
randomly
about Whisper
assigns
right
you-
now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Where were we?
How else are we gonna practice our negging?
Seriously.
Well,
I'm not gonna do it to a woman's face because I'm gonna get fucking stabbed. She's
you know,
gonna catch on after like
and
5 or
that's-
6 and be like,
that's what somebody we were talking about in another thread the other day is any woman that would work on isn't a woman that has enough emotional depth
she's
for
a
me.
19-year-old vapid.
She's a vapid
I
19
mean,
year old.
you know, if I went up to a woman and was like, "So why'd you choose that color hair?" I'd want her to be like, "'Cause that's what I fucking like."
Yeah.
'Cause it looks good on me.
Let's also go back to another topic we had been discussing if we have the time. It has to do with the categorical numbers for women, right?
Okay.
So
That
they
mic stand needs some fucking Viagra, Dom.
I know.
seriously, this is like the worst direction ever.
That's what she said.
I don't know. It's been keeping it up there. It's just,
Yeah.
it just gets a little droopy. You gotta slap it around a little bit.
So
I live for that face right there.
let's
So creeped out right
circle
now.
back to the whole attractiveness thing because it is absolutely fascinating too. The other part of it is that on the red pill there are these classifications of women and they are assigned a numerical value and there is the HB.
Every guy does that.
well,
No,
there's-
no, no.
no, not like this.
No, not
Oh,
like
okay,
this. No,
okay.
it's not like, oh, she's a 6.5, she's a 7. That's one thing. She's talking about something.
Okay.
She's talking about breaking down a woman
Right.
into like, okay, what are her eyes? What are her cheekbones? What is
Yep.
her nose? What is her
Yep.
lips? What is her teeth? What is her hair?
And
What is
then
her
on
shoulders?
top of that,
This is
there
why I
are
refuse to go
So-
on this.
there are levels you reach and you level up the more pussy you get.
Well, not only that. So for a man, what the number they
This
throw
is the
around,
best sounding RPG ever.
I know.
for a man, the number they
I
throw
gotta go
around
grind.
that they throw around for body fat is 10%.
It's like bodybuilders.
So what I went and
Show
looked up,
competing
what I
bodies.
went and looked up was Chris Evans' body fat target as Captain America
Right.
Yeah.
is like 16%.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Okay, my personal goal would be 18 to 20, and that's fit.
As a
That
chick, I
is
got to
fit.
stick somewhere in the 20s,
I know.
but yes.
Like I said, I don't know how to work this thing yet. I'm still working on it.
It's
Okay?
so much fun.
See, you say these numbers and then look at my wife. So
Yeah, I know your
I-
wife's your wife. There isn't much to your wife.
she gets in a pool and she goes,
Yeah.
I love you, Katie.
pretty much.
I
We
think
all-
Oh, we love
we love
you.
you, Katie.
We love you
Yes.
very much. What? I keep turning myself down and I'm still peeking. Like how?
Is that inappropriate? That's what she said.
maybe
this
it's
time?
not that slider.
No. This,
I peeked too. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Like
only two volume
it's like we're all
sliders.
taking turns.
I don't know.
To all of our future viewers,
Regardless.
please apologize. Like
I
the
gotta
first
go. I'll go read the manual again.
dozen or so episodes, we don't know what the fuck we're doing,
Regardless,
and we like to talk.
let's step
Right.
on back
Yes.
to the
Yes.
categorical
Come on down,
numbers.
red pill. Gonna
So,
have yourself a
for the
time.
men, there are
Nagging
very
women left or right.
Okay.
Gonna
All right.
have
All
a
right.
moment.
Copyright. Copyright.
there
copyright.
are very
laws.
there are very specific goals
What
for
laws?
Parody.
Oh, parody.
parody laws.
Oh.
There are very specific goals for men,
no
and they are
parody laws.
of a numerical value, right? But for women, and the like commenters get in fights over this, especially with things like hips, thighs, and tits. Like all men
Right.
have preferences,
Right.
right?
Answer is yes.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
Right.
Can I interrupt and ask a very serious question real
Absolutely,
quick?
Yes.
go
'Cause
ahead.
I'm painting a picture in my head.
So we need to tie it up because it's almost 9:45.
Is
yeah,
there
and your poor
actually?
butt.
I imagine there's an actual fucking scorecard.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes.
All
yes.
right.
Eye color.
I was hoping
There
that
was
you're
a
gonna be like,
whole-
no, they're not that bad.
Now this was months ago when I saw it, but there was a whole post on eye color.
Yes.
Like, and not just like green, blue. I'm talking about light green, medium green, deep green, light blue,
Yeah.
medium blue, deep blue,
How
hazel.
hair is worn, levels of
The answer
makeup.
is
Yes.
It's insane.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm
No, I
just
know.
saying it
Just
existed.
throwing it out there.
Right.
And as a woman, the makeup and clothing choices kind of really fascinate me because I wear makeup. And
Right.
the amount of makeup
You wear
that
makeup? What?
I know.
Strange.
It's crazy. The amount
Hi,
of
Frankie.
the amount of makeup that actually goes into the looks that they love in particular, they have no idea the actual number of products. They're like, we love it when a woman wears 2 to 3 products. I'm like, haha, yeah, right, that takes 30. Like, don't even on this point.
I was
Wait,
gonna say, Katie,
2 or 3 products.
2 or 3 makeup products, like foundation, mascara.
Oh, I thought you meant like Clinique,
Oh,
Oh, you're so
Maybelline,
adorable knowing brands.
Well, my stepmom worked for Clinique, so that's how I know that one.
She still got a hookup because I got a couple things.
No,
like-
that was years ago.
what
A
is
long
with
time
Frankie
ago.
Neal's wrists tonight?
I don't know.
No
I don't
idea.
know. He's like, did
Franklin.
I get peanut butter on my wrists? Like, I don't know what's going on, dude.
I have not loved up on him like usual, and it's been about 2 weeks since I saw him last, so
Yeah.
he is very.
He made up
upset.
for it on the couch earlier.
No.
Yeah, I was about to like. Do you guys need a moment? Like,
No, but I needed somebody to
About find your
freaking rescue
garden
me.
hose.
No, I needed somebody to rescue me from the 95-pound shepherd sitting on my hip bone. Thank you very much.
yeah, I
Hey,
deal with that
He's
every
trying
single
to
night.
increase your score. Gotta
Yeah.
flatten that thing out.
Absolutely,
Am I an
absolutely.
HB 8 now?
Anyway,
So there's a little scorecard.
there is a little scorecard.
I'm
and,
assuming there's probably an app.
you know, I don't know of one,
I'm
but it
not
wouldn't
looking.
doubt me.
Dear the Red
it-
Pill
I
major
wouldn't doubt me.
contributors,
Wouldn't
could
doubt
we
it.
have an app, please?
It wouldn't surprise me. I tried to say it wouldn't surprise me, and I wouldn't doubt it at the same time, and I said it wouldn't doubt me.
It wouldn't
Fuck,
doubt
I'm
me.
just gonna look.
I'm a little tired. It's been a long week.
Are you going to the Play Store and just
I'm-
typing in the
Red
Red,
Pill?
Pill?
Yes.
Why the fuck not?
Eh.
Would we like to go to stories now? Our news stories?
Jason, do you have anything final you want to say about the red pill?
The fuck. So
The fuck.
I
mean,
no.
seriously, that's
The
about all I
fuck.
need to say.
No. DA
Uh-huh.
space
F-U-C-K.
FUCK.
The fuck. Absolutely.
Actually, I do want to say one thing because there's an article you linked the other day,
Mhm.
and I am
Which
based
one?
the multitasking.
Ah, yes.
Mm.
So
Yes.
based upon the more egregious things that y'all have talked about,
Mhm.
this thing seems so innocuous to start with.
Absolutely.
So Diane shared an article the other day that was you shouldn't multitask.
And it wasn't. It was a post on
Or
the red
not,
pill.
not,
Yeah,
not an
not
article. I
article.
Right.
apologize.
This was a post.
Look, these
It's okay.
these fuckers are writing articles.
Right.
They
They are.
really are.
They are.
Blogs,
And
articles,
It
like,
was this.
it's a whole
It
deal.
was this gentleman who professed to have some kind of knowledge as to why what he was espouting is correct.
Right.
I forgot what he said he was.
They
He
all
was-
fucking do.
I'm a blank. Anyway, but it was under the guise of self-improvement, and it was
Right.
talking about how you shouldn't multitask. And then he broke it down for the idiots in the back that multitasking is where you do more than one thing at a time. Blah 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 blah
Right.
blah.
Sure.
It's computer lingo.
Right.
Originally, like AFK.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Thanks,
Diane didn't know what
asshole.
AFK meant today,
I am not.
and we had to
a
explain to
nerd.
her what AFK was.
Yeah.
So it's all right.
For our viewers out
it was
there
adorable.
who do not know what AFK is.
It was adorable. Your adorable score was like a good 5.4.
Shut up! I'm not adorable. I'm pretty adorable. Continue.
it's away from keyboard.
You moron.
I didn't know
No, I
it
know.
was a thing.
we know. We just like fucking with you.
Anyway, but it was this post.
Mhm.
Keep trying to say article.
Right.
This
This is post.
post.
Yes.
About multitasking.
About how you shouldn't multitask.
Right.
Because then you don't do anything right.
Right. And it was the cognitive part of your brain is going back and forth. And
Yes, it was just this whole thing. Well, he
Makes no
kept
sense.
talking about like the frontal cortex and the cognitive lobe,
Right.
and I'm like,
Right.
Well, what it sounded like was
no.
some 19-year-old who had one time read a chapter of an anatomy book about a brain
Yes.
suddenly came up with a bunch of theories and then started spouting them.
No,
Yeah.
it sounded like that college freshman that took the fucking
Psychology
like,
101.
Psychology 101, slept
Or
through
that,
half of it,
right.
put it all together, somehow bullshitted a C.
And,
So-
and
And
somehow
now
knows
they
the
have-
DSM back and forth, right?
So I have a
Yes.
neighbor who is a neurologist, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
specializes in neuropsychiatry. And the plan is for our because there's so much to talk about here, we can't even do it on one show.
I know.
I mean, we haven't
insane.
gotten into red pill women, we haven't gotten into red pill parenting.
Oh, for real.
So we're
The
going to have
married
him
red pill.
on the show, and we're going to talk about the red pill with him and get his perspective.
I
So,
really
but-
think we should.
But
Yeah.
the dude broke down about things you shouldn't multitask. And one of the things was like, you should never hike and listen to music
Oh yeah.
because you'll miss the beauty of the landscape.
Right.
I'm like,
Hold on. His point. One of the new things that's popped up in psychology is a thing called mindfulness.
Mhm.
Mindfulness and mindful meditation is actually a thing on the red pill, which is really cool because I have discovered mindfulness and mindful meditation through various other psychological interests. Regardless, it's this fascinating new like monk thing. People are studying it, but the reason I linked it is because that multitasking thing is actually quite true. The reason I listen to a certain kind of music when I'm studying or researching is because it does not have lyrics.
Right.
And so my brain is just processing noise in the back. If I
Right.
have lyrics to the music, I'm going to start listening to the music, to the lyrics instead of what I'm reading. Still
Okay.
probably shouldn't even listen to the, live streams I am
Sure.
without the music, but, it's helpful for me at the time.
Right. See, and I'm the
Regardless,
opposite way. Music with lyrics, it helps me focus. I don't even notice the song is on. I'll go back to the playlist and I'm like, that
Yeah.
song played? I had no idea.
My
I'm the
best,
same way.
my best paper writing CD was the Requiem for a Dream soundtrack. I know it sounds crazy, but I would pop that thing in and I could bust out an 8-page paper like in no time. The Requiem for
Fair
a
enough.
Dream soundtrack.
All right.
Well, wait, hang on. I'm going to finish up on this guy real
Oh,
quick.
okay.
Okay.
So, and then he was talking about how you shouldn't study and listen to Netflix and all this other
Right.
stuff.
Right.
But he gives.
Huh?
Oh, oh Lord, plotting something. So he wrote this dissertation about how you shouldn't multitask, and then finished it up with, "Unless you're like me, who can do it." I'm just like,
Yep.
all right,
That final
Right.
line.
Right.
all right. If you already weren't talking down to us,
Right. Well,
I
remember.
could believe the fact that for most people, multitasking is not the most efficient thing.
Right.
Correct.
Well, remember, a lot of these guys want to prove is that they are Chad Thundercock.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like tying it back to our original thing about how this is a self-improvement
Right.
Reddit kind of thing.
Right.
This post would very much be, hey, you shouldn't multitask. You're not going to do either thing very well. If you're in college, your grades may slip.
Sure.
Right.
If you're at work, you may not have. It's like, okay, that's oh.
And
There
I
we go.
see,
There
and
it
I see that in a lot of them. Like they'll be like, well, when you go to the gym, you should be doing, this many. You should be doing 10 squats and 10 pull-ups.
Right.
That's why when I go, I do 17 and 20. And
Yeah.
it's like,
With 600 pounds instead of your puny like 50.
right. Just
Yeah.
reminding you that I'm better than you.
Exactly.
Anyway, we have a lot more to talk about with the red pill.
Yeah, we'll
we've
continue this.
Barely scratched the surface. We're gonna get to news. Diane?
Absolutely. In fact, I'd like to open up our news with a story that I read, and I was like, that is probably a red pill dude in real life.
Okay.
So this comes to us
Motherfucker got stabbed.
from
Mm.
wishtv.com.
I'm sorry. What is your source?
Reddit essentially, but I'm pulling up where the news article came from.
Right.
From WCMH staff reporters, the headline reads: Texas woman reimburses man $17.31 after he threatened to sue after a bad date.
I saw this.
Wait. Hold on, because Jason laughed over the end of that.
No,
After he threatened to sue what?
After a bad date.
A bad date.
A bad date. So
he took her out.
Brandon Vermez and Crystal Cruz in Austin, Texas, met on the dating app Bumble.
Now-
Add it to your list, Dom.
I'm just wondering, is this a stunt by Bumble to get in the news?
I have no idea.
Keep going.
Okay, so he took her to see the movie Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. P.S.
Okay.
Kind of good, but I have some words.
I haven't seen it yet.
We'll talk.
I'm
It's a
seeing
B-
it tomorrow.
It's a B+.
I'm seeing it
So,
tomorrow.
Yeah, I would put B+. He claimed she was texting throughout the movie. He said to her at some point, maybe you can take it outside. And he spoke to Inside Edition and said she was behaving as if this was normal. So much so that I thought to myself, who does this? So after he said, maybe you can take it outside, she had said, I'll be right back. And then she up and left.
Okay.
So Cruz,
All right.
Crystal Cruz, who was the female on this date,
Uh-huh.
told Inside Edition, who was doing the initial research,
Of course they
the
were.
texts were from a friend who was checking in on her because
Right.
she was on a date with a stranger from the internet
Right.
to make sure she was safe.
Sure.
So,
And the guy was just trying to spin a plate here.
and there were
God.
some text messages back and forth between this dude and Crystal. So
Okay.
it says you're from, what's his name again? Brandon. He
Uh-huh.
says, Crystal, comma, your behavior Saturday was not only rude, but it cost me money. I want you to compensate me for the $17 movie ticket. Will you do this, or do I have to pursue the money in small claims court?
Wow.
She replied. She called it, and I quote, insane, adding, "I'm not paying you back for the movie." Double exclamation point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she reports, like, I laughed it off.
Right.
She thought it was a joke. So Brandon files in small claims court.
Of course.
The 1731.
1731, yeah.
Because texting
Because
is
he thinks that
a-
it's the year 1731.
because texting is a threat to civilized society.
It is, but that's not the point here.
No, it's not.
And she was like, the date just didn't work out.
It's not. There's nothing wrong with texting.
She gave him the money and said, just leave this alone. And peaced. He withdrew his suit.
Shocking.
I know. Like I read that article and I was like, why is this not like a field report on
It doesn't.
at this
It does.
point in time?
All right. So
Yes.
what else, Diane?
Let's
Oh,
see.
while you're pulling up the next one, the reason I was laughing so hard is somebody I know posted this on Facebook the other day with
Mhm.
basically "da fuck,"
Right.
and I'm
Basically.
reading it like I can't tell if this is a performance piece
I know.
Right.
by a small theater company.
Right.
You
Are these
wonder.
some bored Onion writers that had an extra
No, that's the first thing I looked.
extra
Is
time?
this
in the
from
weekend?
the Onion or the Chive?
Yeah.
No, it is a
It was not from either. So I was like,
legit.
continue.
Wow.
Let's talk about
What
news.
the fuck?
Let's talk about news down the road from us and invasive species. Apparently, somebody in one of the state parks, Congaree National Park,
Yeah, it's the one to the east of
yeah.
Columbia.
they
Mhm.
released a boa constrictor
Right.
because this person
I love this stuff.
stated that they were like, "Hey, I thought boa constrictors were native to South Carolina." P.S. Boa constrictors are native to Central America and South America, not South Carolina.
No, I wouldn't think so.
So, yeah, it's kind of been released, and all the park rangers are like, "Hey, if you see it, let us know." Like, that's a thing.
Does it say how big the boa constrictor is?
No, it actually doesn't say the size of the boa constrictor, because they just released it, and they
I'm
don't have
guessing
any information on it originally. It's supposedly, and like they kept saying a visitor. So I want to know who is
Because
this
when I
person who
think of-
just came to Jolly, South Carolina, and was
Right.
like, "Here's a boa."
When I think of
Enjoy."
visitors, I think of the aliens in South Park. So, like, they're
Oh.
putting satellite dishes up the snake's butt, or
Really?
like
You don't think V?
V.
The
V for Vendetta?
No,
That's where my brain went. I was
Right.
like, "Hey, hold on, that all?"
no, the Visitors. It was a show on CBS in the '80s, sci-fi. called-
No, I don't think of that. I think of the visitors from South Park. I'm sorry.
Fine.
What
they're-
else, Diane?
They're based off of that. Well, no, I want to touch
Oh,
on this
okay.
real quick. though.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to guess that this boa constrictor is probably about 6 foot long
Yeah.
because the fucker bought it. It got to be about 6 feet, and he goes,
I don't really want that in my home.
I
Where
can't
my
flush this down the toilet.
They get up to 13 feet, by the way. and
They
can-
get up to 30 feet.
Oh,
I thought those were pythons.
I thought
Oh,
pythons.
maybe it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the boa constrictor, according to the state who reported
Okay.
this,
I
Ah.
apologize.
they said 13 feet.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But and then they can lay like 50 eggs at a time. Was that one?
And
That's not terrifying. Is it a female or a male?
That's also a good
Yeah, that's-
question.
Oh, okay.
Nobody got close enough to lift up its skirt and say.
Oh.
So
Well,
Well, I mean, if it's wearing a skirt, although it's
It's
2017,
2017,
I
we
shouldn't
can't
judge.
judge.
Shouldn't prejudge the snake's gender. I'm sorry.
on, I don't mean to derail for a second,
no, please.
but I want to talk
continue.
about something important.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
This will be a mini
Shocking.
rant.
On this show, something important. How dare you?
It has to do with boa constrictors in the Everglades.
Okay.
Ah, how do we always? Well, this
Florida.
week
I love Jason put on a serious face. He's like, it's about the Everglades.
you do
Here's
realize
the thing.
I
don't-
have honestly reported on snakes and the Everglades like almost
Yeah.
every show
Yeah.
at this point in
I mean, I
time.
would say
We're gonna,
so.
we're
We're gonna go to our Florida story after this. Please continue.
Well, here's the thing. Like a
It'd
lot
be a
of,
nice segue.
on a lot of things, I don't care.
Shocking.
What are you sure?
I know, right?
Like, can we double check that fact?
But the thing is like, invasive species are a real fucking problem.
yeah.
Yes.
And as we have mentioned multiple times, Dom and I are from Florida. The Everglades are a very special ecological environment
Right. That we've completely fucked up over the past
that we have
120 years.
completely fucked up. But one of the major things we've done is people have released boa constrictors.
Well, not only that, like literally, we went into the Everglades and like rerouted rivers.
Yes. Well,
I mean,
we do that everywhere. We do that to the Mississippi.
no, but I mean to the Everglades to the point that there were sinkholes forming all over the rest of the state, and we were like, why are all these sinkholes? Oh, all that water used to be underneath us,
all
and
this
now
water used to
nothing
be 300 miles north of here.
Right.
Now it's not.
Right.
Now Ocala is in a goddamn sinkhole. Just saying.
Like literally, you would wait. There was a period when I was in high school, once a week.
Orlando.
No. I'm talking about in our town in Lakeland.
Oh, yeah.
Once a week when I was in high school, there was a sinkhole opening like under somebody's house. Like the half of somebody's house would just fucking be
gone.
12 feet underground.
Yeah. But in the Everglades, people released a bunch of boa constrictors.
Yep.
Spoiler alert, they flourished.
Yes.
And now there is a standing just kill the fuckers if you find them.
Right, if you see them, kill them.
Didn't we? Oh, it was in the practice episode.
No, I brought it up on a real one. It
Was
was maybe.
It was it was either practice or like the first one. Yeah, where there's the standing bounty, where if you kill one that's like this big, you get this much money and all that other stuff.
It's like $50 for the first like 20 feet, and then like an additional like.
Oh, yeah,
thing after every foot.
We did the fucking math.
We
like,
did the math.
You have
we
to
asked
kill
Google.
like 200 feet of python
Right.
to make like
Right.
X amount per hour.
Right.
It's like, don't fucking let things go.
Yeah.
Basically.
Most animals that we have as animals, as pets,
Right.
don't fucking come from wherever the fuck you live.
Well, like, here's my thing. Instead of
Don't
releasing
let
it,
them go.
why didn't you just cut off its head? Like, why not just kill the thing?
Why don't you sell it on Craigslist? Well, you can't sell it on Craigslist. Why didn't you rehome it on Craigslist?
Or whatever. I mean, but like at the end of the day, let's say he put it on Craigslist for months. Nobody was ever going to take it. At that point, why don't you just kill it instead of fucking up the environment?
I know,
mean,
right?
I mean, I'm not advocating killing your animals, but it's a better option than fucking up everything for everyone else.
So now, if this was a female and if it was pregnant, we're gonna get 50 little fucking babies.
Anyways, what else, Diane?
Oh,
okay.
God. Sorry, that just royally
It's okay.
pisses me off.
Yes.
okay.
And
I'm gonna let this thing go.
I X out of my app. So let's go to our Florida show. This is like a regular thing. I love Florida. This actually comes from down the road near Grandma. Hi, Grandma. It's nice to see you.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma. So Publix, Sebastian, Florida.
Sebastian.
Excellent chocolate chip cookies at Publix. I'm just gonna throw
They
that
are.
out there.
They are.
Publix
I
is the best grocery
almost
store.
bought some because they were like 2 for $4, but Jason
why
and I were like,
didn't
no.
you?
That's why I said, God damn it, this is the worst week to look at my
Yes.
diet.
Basically. So shoppers. Let's see.
They really are.
They're not
Shoppers
hard,
at
but they're not
Publix in Sebastian,
chewy.
Florida called 911 because there was a homeless man using a skull as a puppet.
Wait, hold on.
Please tell me you were doing
So-
his rendition of Hamlet.
So there was
He's a really classy.
there was a homeless man at Publix, which is a
Homeless man at
grocery
Publix.
store for those who aren't
In
in the
the
area.
South.
Best
In the
grocery
South.
store.
Pretty much awesome. It makes us all feel fancy.
Yeah, it's an amazing grocery store. He was using a human skull.
Human skull, yeah. As a puppet.
Was he reenacting that scene from The Lion King where Scar's sitting there with the skull?
Which,
Oh,
P.S.
God.
is based off
I mean, I
think.
hope he
I
was.
know, I was bringing
Maybe he was doing Illidan
bringing
from.
it back around.
Maybe he was doing Illidan from World of Warcraft, and he was like, "You are not prepared."
Yeah, so.
I don't know. I play WoW. I don't care.
Like,
Fuck you.
Thanks for
supposedly,
bringing WoW into it.
You're welcome.
Always. Anyways, supposedly he was trying to alert the police there was like a dead body or whatever.
Wait, the homeless man?
The homeless man.
Can you imagine he was doing like a little puppet show? Like,
puppet show.
all right, so I was walking, and I saw. Oh, hello, Mr. Skull. Hello, Mr. Homeless Man. How are you? Well, I'm fine, but what are you doing on the ground?
Yeah, basically.
I'm dead.
Yes,
A rolling skull gathers no moss.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
I don't know that that's what it was. or
I
not.
have another Florida story.
No, you got to finish that one.
No, that was legit.
I mean, that's like the whole.
No,
That
there
was
has
the
to be a body that fucker came from.
Nobody
No.
reported on it.
Everyone was like, "Go away, just go away."
Florida
go ahead.
man, you've done better. Come
All right,
on. for
what else,
God's sake.
Diane?
Let's talk about our next Florida man because I had to. According to WFLA,
Outside of Tampa.
news channel on your side 8.
Yeah,
Thank
that was
you.
the-
Channel 8.
Like the only news station I think. Well, we got that, and what was the one in
8,
Orlando?
10, and 13 were
This
the ones out of
opens.
Tampa and St. Petersburg.
This opens.
St.
A
Petersburg,
naked
that's right.
man carrying a 5-gallon bucket stole.
We're done. I don't want to know what's in the bucket.
Hold up, here
I
we go.
do.
Stole a $25,000 swan statue
Oh,
from the front of a business
In Lakeland.
in
Yeah.
Lakeland.
Yes.
Wait.
Yep.
It's
Wait.
it's the big swan statues that like.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I saw that one. My cousin posted it.
So he was naked and carrying a 5-gallon bucket.
Yes.
Was he
and-
using it to cover his genitals, or was he just like, hauling some concrete
Listen,
somewhere?
call your journalist friends out in Tampa because we obviously need to know this, and it's not listed.
Oh.
Well, no, it was in the back of his pickup truck.
Right.
Somehow
Wait.
these swan statues are like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, they're massive.
They are fiberglass, I believe. They're not
Probably.
concrete. They're
No.
fiberglass.
Yeah.
But what they are, they're for those that don't know, they're blank, and a business can purchase or request one and paint it up.
Right.
Or like resident artists in the area will paint
Sure.
them up and donate them to public places, stuff like that.
Exactly.
They're all over the fucking town
It's fun.
Stop, Frankie.
because Lakeland has swans. We have a lot of swans.
Right, and a whole bunch of lakes. I
And
mean,
a
that's
lot
why
of
it's called
lakes.
Lakeland.
So the thing
And
is,
Florida.
this
Hmm.
to piggyback off of that, this dude stole one of these, got it into the back of his pickup truck,
Right.
strapped it down. I've seen the pictures. Like
Yeah.
strapped it down. They found him wandering around naked.
Yep.
I didn't get the part about the 5-gallon
But
bucket.
there was a 5-gallon bucket.
And police like followed him, or he led them back to where it was, and they're just like,
The Polk County Sheriff Office released surveillance footage of the suspect trying to break into Lakeland cold storage. The suspect stole a company truck
Can you imagine?
as well as the swan.
It's like 10 o'clock. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. You and I are the security agents. Hey, how was your weekend, man? It's pretty. Is that a naked guy carrying a? Oh, God damn it!
not it.
Fuck.
Yeah, but no.
All right.
continue.
yeah, for real. So
Hey, police.
the
Listen.
truck, the truck
I
was
know it's
actually-
Tuesday.
The truck was recovered in a neighboring county, but not the swan.
I thought they found it in the swan.
It took
or
a
the
little
swan
later.
in the truck.
Yes. No. Let's see. According to the update, what's today? The 26th. I don't even know the date. Yeah.
Sorry.
Frankie, stop. Go.
Today, the swan was found by someone fishing off Old Tampa Highway.
Why would you fish in that
Who knows?
fucking river?
But that happened May 19th. Thank you. And they found
What else,
the
Diana?
swan May 26th.
I apologize. The original article I read said that they had found it with the truck. So
Oh, speaking of snakes,
maybe they saw the surveillance.
I didn't go
video.
into this research, but this is frightening. According to Mother Nature Network, snakes are now found hunting in packs because snakes aren't scary enough.
Snakes hunting in packs.
So, Mother Nature Network, again, snakes are most commonly thought of as solitary ambush hunters.
Right.
'Cause
There's something
Sure.
mildly
one of them's
comforting.
eating it.
A new study
I don't know.
A new study out of the
me.
University of Tennessee has documented a real-life case of coordinated snake pack
Clever
hunting.
girl.
That's exactly my
Let's not be
thought.
flipping about this. This is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, just wait until they sprout legs. So, anyways,
They did. They're called politicians.
Oh! So this research was
Ooh.
done in Cuba,
There goes half of
where
our
he was
viewing
looking
audience.
at
Yeah, I know.
Cuban boas as they hunt Jamaican fruit bats. And the boas are particularly interesting in that they hunt by snatching bats right out of the air as the bat flies
Yeah.
in and out of their cape, which is even more fucking frightening.
Wait, aren't those the fruit bats that are like this fucking big?
Yep.
And they snatch them out of the
They
air.
snatch them out of the air, and they do it in coordinated packs, like
Okay, so what country is this in?
Cuba.
Never going to Cuba.
Ever.
Next story.
Next
Damn.
story.
Cuba-
Now
Okay.
that I'll have nightmares for the next month.
Let's talk about a pigeon caught carrying a
course.
large stash of drugs in a miniature backpack.
Diane,
Done.
why would we
Done.
not talk about this on this
Nope.
show? I mean,
Nope. I want my imagination to fill in.
I'll tell you what. People ask me all the time, what is your show about? I'm just going to tell them, listen, on our show you will find out about naked men stealing
Stealing
8-foot fiberglass swan statues and
Right.
carrying buckets and pigeons. What again?
Full of backpacks full of
Pigeons
drugs.
caught carrying large stash of drugs in miniature backpack.
I'm now just imagining Pigeon from Mike Tyson Mystery Adventures.
P.S. This miniature backpack contained 178 pills.
Damn.
Yeah.
Where was he going? Burning Man?
Actually, he was caught by Kuwaiti customs officials.
Hey, pigeon. Wait, he was caught by the Canadians?
No,
Kuwaiti.
Kuwaiti. He was
Oh,
coming
oh.
from. This pigeon was flying from Iraq to Kuwait and stopped for
Is that on his migration path?
I just love that he pigeon stopped for fucking customs, right? To get the goddamn card.
Excuse me,
Pulls
sir.
out his little
His little
passport.
Oh my god.
All right, sir, we need to
So-
pat you down. What's this? Get back here. Get the net. We got a runner.
So as of the article,
He's got a little.
Get the boas. We got a runner.
I know. Get the boas. He's got a little note like tied to his leg, and he's like, "Listen, dude, I'm just trying to deliver this. None of this is mine. This isn't my backpack. I just found it."
just found it.
His cyanide pill is actually some grains of rice in a glass of water.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're welcome for that image.
Don't let him eat the rice. Don't let
You just hear off in the distance.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh my god.
Pills
It's
everywhere.
the third one this week.
The Independent.
Little feathers.
I found this story on the Independent. It's actually quite interesting because apparently pigeon smuggling drugs is like actually a problem.
Yes, because carrier pigeons, you just train them to go to one place.
So how high of a wall would you need? Because that, I'm telling you right now, that wall probably
only
just got
up
about.
to only up to the fake atmosphere because
Right.
we're on a flat Earth.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, that's right.
Exactly. There's only so high up. Okay. Let's go to another story I found out
Yes,
of the Middle
please.
East.
Let's
and
make it the
this'll-
last one.
This will be our last
You know
one.
that pigeon got beheaded, right?
Probably.
No.
No, it's Kuwait. They're not as bad.
I believe most of the Middle Eastern countries have like a zero fucking tolerance when it comes to drugs.
Not only that, could you imagine if he has to return to his cartel? By
I
that
mean,
I mean
Kuwait, though-
birdhouse.
Oh yeah, he dead.
Kuwait's way different than
Okay. Fair
Okay,
than
give me a sec.
you know,
This thing
fucking
is-
Iran.
No, Frankie,
Still
Frankie,
loading.
that is my
Although
dick.
I will say, huge congrats to the Iranians for who they voted into office. They voted in literally the least fanatical, least radical person that was up for vote.
Hey.
Huge
It is
props to
actually
them.
a huge step.
So
This story is
speak
not
into your
loading.
mic, not around. Like literally, you're doing this.
I know, because I didn't actually need everybody to hear what I was saying. It was more of
All right.
a talking out loud thing.
Right, right. Because why would you want anyone to hear what you're saying?
now. I've been holding it for so
Anyway,
long.
go on.
Jason.
shit, slide on it.
Jason, stop repeating what I said. This story is not loading, but I will leave you with the headline.
Okay.
Crocodiles eat pastor who tried to walk on water like Jesus.
That's our show, everybody. Thanks for watching Three Assholes and a Cat. I'm Dom. With me was Diane and...
I am checking for hunting snake packs now. I can't even.
You can't even. You have no evens.
You ran out of all your evens.
That's fucking terrible.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys.